Everyone, this is going to be a different video than normal, as some of it's going to be laning and some of it macro. It's going to be from one of my own high elo games where I'm playing the new champion Sylas vs Syndra. So for those of you looking to play him and don't know if he's strong, this guide will give you a small taste. In my opinion, he's very strong, but he's really difficult to play. But anyways, let's break down the matchup and make some missions. If you want more guides like this every week, you can get that right now by heading over to SkillCap.com. We've created a learning system proven to make you better, faster. Each week you'll receive a new critical concept to learn that is vital to being a great player. Then we'll show you exactly how to practice it to make sure you can implement it into your own play. Last, you can upload your gameplay, and expert players will point out exactly what our members and you are doing right and wrong, so we can all learn from one another to master the concept. You'll get a new mission every week. A rising tide raises all boats, so head over to SkillCap if you want to join in on the rise to the top. Sylas is an AP bruiser versus Syndra, an AP control mage. Syndra has the range, wave clear, and poke advantage, where Sylas has the all-in advantage. So our missions will look like this. Mission 1, let the wave push. Like most melee vs range matchups, it's important to let the wave push to avoid them freezing early on. Mission 2, stay healthy. As the wave pushes, Syndra should look to harass as much as possible. It's important to stay healthy and not get greedy for CS, which will make Mission 3 easier. In Mission 3, look for all-ins. When all-in windows open up from Syndra not having key abilities or being out of position, we need to take advantage of them. Alright, moving on to the gameplay. As laning starts, Syndra and I trade a little with our Qs, which ended up being an even trade. But one important thing I did here was to make sure I hit the melee minions and Syndra with my Q and passive. She's starting to push the wave for Mission 1, but thinning the wave like this will aid me in Mission 2 because I won't have to last hit as much under tower. Then, for this next CS I go for, Syndra punishes me with Q. So for the one after that, I walk up to it acting like I'm going to auto it, which baits her into turning around, letting me grab the CS and harass her at the same time. This is a very common concept in melee vs range matchups. You want to be unpredictable and mix up your approach to CS so they never know if you're going to actually auto it or look for a trade, or both. Now I just want to let the wave push in since none of the CS are low. So I could just sit back and do nothing. Instead, I'm going to use a concept we talk about a lot called tethering, where I'm constantly staying at max range of Syndra's Q, running back and forth. By doing this, I bait out her Q, which gives me a 4-second window of safety. She finishes clearing the wave now, and the next one arrives. I'm going to do the same thing from before, walk up for these 3 low health minions, use Q instead to harass Syndra, and use my passive to thin the wave and collect the CS. If we look at the wave now, both have 6 minions, but hers is going to push as she's ranged and is using AoE abilities to try and harass me, so this is perfect. After that, I actually back up further than normal since I know she's 1 minion from hitting level 2. I don't want to be trying to bait her abilities when she's a level up on me, as if she does hit them, it's going to be a lot more punishing than before. Alright, now we're going to see the payoffs of thinning the wave. I hit level 2 and my Lee Sin is here for a gank. I bait Syndra's E by walking at her, and we go all in, getting an easy kill. So what does this have to do with thinning it? Let's hop into the sandbox and visualize it. Let's say I only use my Q to last hit CS that get low. Syndra would stack up the first 2 waves and it would crash, then start bouncing back around the same time Lee showed up to gank. When a wave is pushing back, laners tend to play safer since they know they won't be missing any CS, but if it's pushing, they aren't going to sit back and let it freeze in front of the enemy tower where they'll be denied minions. So by thinning it like I did, Syndra couldn't crash the second wave, making her an easy gank. Anyways, now that she's dead, I'm going to push in the next wave and recall. Alright, this is where the snowball starts. Since I got a free recall from killing Syndra, I'm free to save my teleport and don't need to use it to get back to lane. But I see a fight breaking out in our top jungle. After letting my mana regen on the fountain, I TP to my minions in top lane. I set my eyes on Shaco first since he's low and can close the distance with my E before finishing him off with my W. At this point, I want to run away since Olaf is really strong early game. It may seem like I win this, but I actually don't. I didn't notice Syndra was this close already though, and she catches me with a stun as I got on the blast plant. I hit it to buy me some more time and use my E over the wall, and the shield saves me from ignite. Olaf keeps chasing though, but I knew my Lee was coming, so I try to bait him while making sure to dodge his axe, since that's the only way I can die at this point. Once I dodge it, and Lee is here, I can go in and finish him off with my W. So these situations are one of the main reasons I love taking TP on champions like Diana, Fizz, Sylas, Echo, and Kassadin. They are all really good at cleaning up fights, so when the enemy overextends like they did here, it opens up chances for free kills. Anyways, the snowball isn't done yet. I have double buffs and Syndra just finished pushing a big wave into my tower. I collect it and push the next one as well since I saw her start recalling after she pushed. I don't want to recall here and run the risk of missing some CS with how fast Syndra clears waves. After pushing those, I recall to use the gold I just got and refill my health. When I get back to lane, I'm going to use the concept that you can use the snowball in your own games whenever you're stronger than the enemy laner. I see Syndra trying to roam top, so I'm going to push the wave first so she loses all vision out of the lane, then head into top river to cut her off. I put a ward over this wall and wait. As she shows up, I go all in, chunking her really hard and almost kill her. It sucks that I didn't kill her, but the most important part was I zoned her away from the wave that I pushed onto the tower. So not only did she get chunked almost no health, she lost a whole minion wave as well. As I'm heading back to lane, I see top is fighting and my Lee Sin is bottom river. I could just go mid and kill Syndra, but she's so low, I just ping her from my Lee Sin in case he doesn't see her and start heading towards top. When I get there, Olaf is really low, so it was an easy kill, and Lee takes care of Syndra in mid. If I didn't go top here, Vlad could have died and we would have probably only killed Syndra. But remember, when roaming like this, odds are you'll be missing a wave in mid, so you want to do what I do here and tax away from the lane you roam to. So I quickly clear this next wave that shows up. If your teammates rage at you, who cares? You know you're making the right play, so just mute them. Alright, I'm still not done snowballing, so let's fast forward to here as I just got back to lane after recalling from the previous roam. I'm at that point in the lane where Syndra is really afraid of me and is just going to play safe. As a melee champion, if you don't think you can dive them, this is the best time to look for roams. So I'm going to ignore Syndra and shove in the next wave. So how do I know where to roam from here? If you remember back to the Faker roaming video, you mainly want to roam to the same lane your jungler is looking to make plays in. Since my Lee Sin is bot, I head down there. As I'm on my way, Shaco shows up making a 3v3 fight. This is perfect since they should all use a bunch of cooldowns on each other and I can clean up. My team kills 2 of them, and I finish off Shaco to make my time down here worth it, and make sure to take some CS with me as well, just like before. We're going to fast forward one more time here, about 1 minute and 30 seconds later, where I'm back in lane trying to pressure Syndra since I'm so far ahead. This pulls Shaco to mid, which forces me to flash away. I could just play back here since I'm worth a lot of gold and don't want to be shut down, but I see my Lee Sin is near and ping him to come mid to fight the 2v2. He pings he's on his way, so I try to bait them in by playing cautious but aggressive. They take the bait and engage on me again, and Lee shows up for the counter gank. After I soaked up all of their cooldowns, it was an easy double kill for Lee. Alright, so at this point, me and Lee are both really fed, ganked top and bot, and put Syndra and Shaco really far behind. This led to an inevitable open mid from them just a few minutes later, so it's safe to say we snowballed really hard this game. And the crazy part is, none of this would have happened if I didn't make the decision to thin the wave, since that led to the wave being set up to gank Syndra so I could save my teleport. Anyways, that's going to wrap up this video. Let us know if you enjoyed this half laning, half macro style, as all feedback is appreciated. Thanks for watching.